Here we go. Hey, Lab Coat Agents. It's Tristan and Bubba for another Random Acts of Coaching. And today, we're going to be talking about managing your leads or throwing them in the trash.
Right.
And I think that's a sexy topic, man, because ever since I started talking about leads, online leads, all type of leads, it always comes down to being able to manage them correctly.
Right.
Or else you're just throwing away your money.
Well, it goes back to the concept where we tell everybody you can't really manage more than 25 leads a month. So team agents, if you get more than 25 leads a month out, you're throwing them in the trash. You can't effectively handle more than 25 new leads a month with your pipeline. Now, of course, as you're new, right, you can handle more because you don't have like the pipeline. And look, all of us coaches, we all use a version of the ABCs, right?
Okay.
A lead is somebody ready, willing, and able to buy or sell in 30 days. A B lead is 31 to 90, and a C is 90-day plus. And then you can put a D or an F in there if you want to, the ones that, you know, say, do not call me. I can't buy a house. I can't whatever. Just get rid of those things. You know what I mean? Especially on the do not call list.
Got it.
When you look at the concept behind that, when you put your leads into a system, then the system also tells you when and how to follow up on your leads effectively. So right now in today's world, most people that are watching this live, now that we're on Facebook for the last 10 minutes show, what you're doing is you're cherry picking, right? Because you only have time for so much in your day. You are literally cherry picking, putting out fires, helping as many people as you can today. Yeah, some of you might prospect on a daily basis. And I'm going to say a majority of you don't prospect on a daily basis. You might say, oh, I prospect 3 or 4 times a week. Okay, how long and how effective? Interesting.
But what do you consider prospecting to be? What would be your definition?
My definition of prospecting is to reach out to somebody you've never communicated with before.
Okay.
So there's a difference between prospecting and follow-up, right? So after I have a conversation with you, you're no longer a prospect. You're now a lead. And then your lead goes into a management status, A, B, or C. So if we're working with our A's on an as-needed basis, sometimes it's daily, sometimes it's weekly, sometimes it's 10 times a day, right? And then if we go and follow up on the weeks of the 1st and the 15th on B's, somebody 31 to 90, right? And then follow up on the week of the 8th for C's, and the week of the 22nd for your SOI.
Okay.
There's an easy campaign. So most people can handle, maybe, depending on how new you are, newer agents probably can only handle 4 or 5 buyers at a time. So A buyers, showing houses, writing contracts, rewriting contracts, rewriting contracts, rewriting contracts, showing houses, right?
Yeah.
As you become, when you move from a solopreneur to an entrepreneur, and we have an admin, we have a transaction coordinator, closing coordinator, we've got showing agents, we've got all that, then you can now expand your A's into 10 or 15. So that's how you start building your business, right? When you can't effectively handle A's and be able to touch all your B's and your C's. Sales, no matter what business it is. I work in over 16 different industries, and sales is sales is sales, no matter what company I'm talking to. And that is, you got to have somebody to move from a C, a 90-day plus, into a B, a 31 to 90-day, into an A, correct? That's a pipeline.
100%.
However, most people don't touch B's and C's. And then they wonder, well, how come you didn't choose me as an agent? Well, reach out to them. You think your drip campaign is going to keep you in front of them. And if you think that drip campaign is going to keep you in front of all of your leads, you are sadly mistaken, and you are poor, and you're probably working at JCPenney's full-time and real estate part-time. Because they're choosing another agent. Why is that? because they have effective communication.
Okay.
So the easiest thing, ABCs. That's the easy thing I can teach anybody. Now comes your systems.
Okay.
So we all have CRMs, right? They all have drip campaigns. We put them on a drip campaign, put them on a market watch campaign, and let them go to town. That's what we did, right?
No, very true.
So statistics prove that 80% of all sales are between the 5th and the 12th contact.
Wow.
And the 12th, let me ask you a question. How many times do you buy when somebody calls you the first time?
Never.
How about the second time?
Probably not.
Okay, third time, probably, hey, I'm kind of getting familiar with the guy kind of thing. Fourth time, all right, fine, let's set an appointment.
That's a really good point, dude. Nobody's ever asked me that question.
Yep.
And I just took it through my head. The last big purchase I made, I think I was online to do the research, right? And then it took me like about a month and a half to finally make that decision.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting, dude. Thank you.
No matter what the industry is, most people say, hey, these leads are crap. I need new ones. That's because you sent 15 emails and one phone call, right?
That's right.
Truly, most sales are done between the 5th and the 12th contact, usually around 8 to 12, right?
Okay.
And that means that I sent an email, I sent a text, I've called. After the third call, I've left a voicemail. I've gone, here and there and here and there. That's just it. Okay. So let's get into the concept now of calling versus emailing.
Go ahead.
Because that's a good argument, right?
That's an amazing argument because I still feel like calling once somebody's finally got back to you saying, hey, I might be interested. I think that's the key.
Okay. So I might be interested means that your Share Interactive, Boomtown, Commissions Inc., Real Geeks lead came in. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying more like the lead comes in. I definitely would call them, but I would also try emailing, calling, texting, right? A combo. And then when you finally see that they're engaging a little bit more, or that they reached out and they might have a question, or they responded back to your email or text, then I pick up the phone and call them, right?
Okay. So let's talk about this real quick. The lead comes in online. Did they want a phone call?
No, probably not. That's the truth.
But here's the argument, right? Well, they gave me their phone number. Well, they had to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I want you to think of this theory.
Shoot.
Right? I want you to take yourself out of the situation you are as being an entrepreneur, and you now have a job, which means just over broke. You have a job working for somebody, right?
Okay.
Can you take phone calls all day long?
Do I take phone calls all day long?
Can you, if you are in corporate America?
Sure.
You think sitting at your desk around other people, you're going to take a phone call?
I guess not. No.
Think about it, right?
Yeah.
But let me ask you a question. If you're looking for a house that's $2 million, do you think you'll take phone calls during the day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting concept, isn't it?
Definitely.
Somebody looking for a $60,000 house probably is not an entrepreneur. 80, 100,000. Most of those people are usually working a full-time job.
Very true.
So could we break up our communication based on price range, based on medium price point of your area? If your average area, we'll talk national statistics, are about, we'll say $200,000. If somebody's looking for a $400,000 house, that means they're above the average, means they're probably an entrepreneur, C-level or management level. They can answer the phone whenever the hell they want to.
Dude, that makes a lot more sense.
Right? Think about it.
Huh.
So it's not only when or how, it's also who. No one ever determines the who. Here's another thing.
Usually. Interesting.
If you see an email that says bubbamills@gmail.com, or you see an email that says Bubba@Corcoran Coaching, do you think Bubba@Corcoran Coaching can take a phone call during the day?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would think so, because, I mean, you're an entrepreneur. You have your own hours, so chances are.
How do you know that?
Just from the fact that you have your own domain email, right?
Right? Interesting, isn't it?
I didn't think about that before.
You ever look at that?
I hate you for not telling me earlier. That's the truth.
Well, think of it. It's a pretty easy concept.
Dude, I didn't, you know what?
When people are using Yahoo, Gmail, any of those kind of emails, right? Those are private emails.
Now
They're usually not checking those. What?
Now I have to go back and rethink about how my team, is really applying their time to contact the leads that are coming through. Mm-hmm. Because not only are we going to determine based on the actions that they're taking on our website, like how many properties they've seen, how often they're on, but now I agree with you. We need to look at their email address. We need to look at as much information as we can online and determine what time we can reach them, right? The who. I didn't think about that before. You just opened my eyes.
We have to think of research and personalize, right? It's great. We all have to do our actions every single day. And that's fine because we have a system that says when the lead comes in, you got 5 minutes to call that lead or it's dead, right? Yeah. That was great 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Today, if they choose a non-evasive form of communication, shouldn't we respect that and give them a non-evasive form of reply? First, email, text. In the first minute, wait 3 minutes. If you don't get a reply from the email or text, then call. Concept, right?
Yeah, dude.
Here's another concept for you. When you're prospecting, do you ever sort your leads by the time they came in?
Yeah, we do. We do that as well. Okay. That we do.
If you notice, most leads will be after 3 p.m.
Yeah, dude, we do notice. There was a study done, and you know what? I'm drawing a blank as to who did the study, but I was talking about this last week with our mastermind group, and they were telling me that most of the online leads come through after 6 p.m., the majority of them.
So let me ask you a question. When are most realtors prospecting?
They're prospecting in the morning. I think, 8 to
11, right?
8 to 11.
So why aren't you having very much a contact rate?
Because you're contacting them at the wrong time.
You think?
Oh, dude, I know 100%. I think best time is always in the evening, early evening, late afternoon.
Now, I want you to think of this. 10 minutes till.
Okay.
Okay, just think of that concept.
Okay, 10 minutes.
10 minutes to 11 o'clock. Most people in corporate America take breaks on the hours, right? They have meetings on the hours, or they have a project on the hour.
Yeah.
What do most people in corporate America do 5 to 10 minutes before the hour? They kill time.
Yeah, they do.
That's when they're checking their personal emails. That's when they're checking Facebook. That's when they're checking all the little things. 5 to 10 minutes before the hour. So if you're going to send a mass email out, wouldn't you want to send it at 10:50 instead of at 11 o'clock? Because at 11 o'clock, they're not there. And by the time they get back, you're clutter email. You're no longer top of mind.
Think about that. That's a really good point. And you know what? Adding a little bit of the knowledge for the tech side of it, usually tech companies that allow for mass texting only allow 50 at a time. So if you've chosen like 500, they're still going to break it down to 50s.
Well, so why would you want to send 500 texts in the first place?
You wouldn't. I tried it the first time it ever came out. You wouldn't want to.
Remember the rule? What if they love me? What if this actually works? And you're like, oh, crap. What do I do now?
Dude, here, I'll tell you a story here. The first time mass texting came out that we ever saw it was on Commissions Inc. a few years back. And I was like, this is absolutely amazing, right? So I grabbed, I think it was like 4,000 of my leads, and I said, mass text. And then mass texted all of them. There were no rules on how many went out at a time or spamming or anything. This is new. And so the responses I got were just like, I was blown away, but I couldn't keep up. I mean, it went on for days.
Right.
And I was like,
people were pissed because you didn't get back to them for 2 days after you sent them a text.
Exactly. I couldn't get to them fast enough for properties they were looking for.
Yep.
So great point on that. If I'm going to send out a mass text or a mass email, do it
10 minutes before the hour.
10 minutes before that, dude. That concept is just, that's brilliant.
It's an interesting concept, right?
I never thought to do that because I really never thought about the day for the normal consumer,
Yep.
right? That makes so much sense.
It's just like when we teach DISC. When we talk about communication, it's not what comes out of your mouth, it's what goes into their ears. How they interpret what happens, right, is how they determine if you have effective communication. So and basically it's the same concept when it comes to sales. You have to put yourself into your prospects' shoes. What are they doing right now? If I send an email right now, how much do you think, what percentage of them do you think would open it versus at 350 or at 450 when they're killing the rest of their time to get the hell out of the office? You think they'll reply to it then?
Oh, I think so, dude. They want to do anything but work.
You think 11:50 would be a good time before lunch?
Be a beautiful time. Now I'm going to test both of them out, and I'll let you know.
50 before the first meeting of the day?
Dude, you're blowing my mind already. I'm already going to test this out. I think the 4:50 on Thursday, I'm going to be sending out a text that says, hey, I'm not sure if you're here this weekend, but I've got a list of open houses for you. Do you want me to text that or email it to you? At 4:50 p.m. on Thursday.
Yep.
Done. That is beautiful, dude. It's the tweaks. It's these little tweaks you give me that make the difference.
Well, and the whole thing of it is, look, we can all generate leads. Is not a problem. Leads. Today's world, technology has solved the lead problem, right? Technology has also solved the common response problems. In fact, it's gotten so AI that most systems, when a lead comes in, they'll wait 2 minutes and 35 seconds before an auto text goes out or an auto reply. So it looks like it's a human instead of a computer, right? Understandable?
Understandable.
Okay. So we have to do, if you want to stand out above the crowd, if you want to compete against me, you have to do things different than what I do. So if I'm sitting here like a typical realtor, letting my system do everything, waiting for somebody to raise a hand, and you're doing an extra effort, who do you think is going to do business with?
The extra effort person.
Okay. Yeah. So what can we do for a little bit of extra effort? See, we have all these canned email replies, these drip campaigns that are going through, right? Have you ever taken your time out and studied that person that you really want to get a hold of? Have you looked on LinkedIn or on Facebook? So when we send a message to them and we say, hey, Tristan, I know you and your family are probably looking for a neighborhood that's cohesive for kids, right? I know you got kids, right?
Yeah.
And I've done some research ahead of time that have the best school districts, lower crime rates, and better appreciation in neighborhoods. Give me 7.5 minutes of your time and let me talk to you about those houses. No drip campaign can do that.
That's a brilliant point. Just take a little bit of time as soon as you get the lead to research them on Facebook, LinkedIn, just Google.
Yeah. Or how about this? Hey, Tristan, I saw you just got a promotion. Congratulations. And I see you're doing the home, looking for new homes. Out of curiosity, do you have a house to sell now, or are you looking for a new home independent? Would you reply to that?
Yeah.
Congratulations on the promotion of being senior vice president, amazing work, whatever. Didn't see the little personalization to it. See, people can smell systems. They can smell it.
Yeah.
They can smell scripts. They can smell BS.
They totally can.
The only thing that people care about is being authentic and genuine.
That's it, dude. That's what we tell people. The authenticity part matters so much in our day and age because everyone was bombarded with the whole car salesman hardcore closing for all these years, right?
Right. So let me ask you a question. Are you doing research on that person? Just looking them up on Facebook or on LinkedIn to see, hey,
we are.
What's going on? You know what I mean? It
So
takes.
the first thing that we do when a lead comes through is we've instructed our ISAs to look for as much information and detail as they can find online for each one of them.
Yep.
So that is definitely something that we do. And I see that most people don't do that, and it does give you the edge slightly. Here's why for the team, for us. If we're able to know a little bit more about our clients before we call them, or even before we assign them to another agent, it gives us a better chance of assigning it to an agent that'll work well with this client without even talking to the client.
Yep.
Because we know our agent's personalities.
Yep.
So,
well, and it also comes to, hey, Bubba grew up in Oceanside, not Sacramento. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if somebody grew up in Oceanside, then you'd want it to get to a lead to somebody who's more common with that area, correct?
Yeah, so true. That's exactly what we do. We look at their history. So we have somebody who's French Spanish on the team.
Yep.
Her name is Valerie, and we have somebody who's British. So
Yep.
anytime we see any European connection, we definitely send them over that way because there's an instant connection there.
Yep.
Dude, that is such a good point that's not talked about enough.
No.
Great.
Yep. Today's world is different than before. Statistics, you can look all over the place. It's about an average 57% of inbound leads inbound leads are 57% of the way through the sales process. Right?
Wow.
Well, think about it. Back in the day, we had a cold call.
Yeah.
They were 0%.
That's
think
true.
about it today.
I see what you're saying.
They've chosen your website. They've chosen to give you their contact information. They've chose your system to be able to search for properties. You're 57% of the way through the sales process. You don't have to be salespeople today. I call them solution providers. Or actually, I do a whole session on this.
So, Bubba, with your coaching, what is it that you teach on this specific thing on increasing the conversion of these leads?
Yep. What we're talking about now, what we're talking about the systems, doing the structured follow-up, doing the customized communication, doing some research about the consumer, and not just sitting there banging away on a phone for 52 minutes, prospecting every single day and getting the same results. Because during prospecting, no emails, no texts, no voicemails. 3 rings, hang up, 3 rings, hang up, 3 rings, hang up. Everything else is done out of your prospecting hour. So after that prospecting hour, right, I can note names, I can see emails, when I'm looking at the people, people like to be talked to personally, not, I don't want to say professionally, but understand the concept. When you're sending them the same message, it's like a B2B, right?
Yeah.
B2B, B2C. We know that they have 6,000 other people that they can choose in your local area that are licensed that can help you, that can help them buy a house. So what is it and why is it that they connect with you? Doing that little bit of research, having constant communication. Here's another thing, right? You got those people you really want to, you're like, I want this guy really, really bad.
Yeah.
You won't reply to emails, you won't reply to text. Why don't you send them a calendar invite?
Oh. I didn't even thought of that, dude.
Just go to Outlook, schedule a meeting, and send it to them for 30 minutes. And send them a calendar invite. People always read calendar invites. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Wow.
100% of them will open it up going, what the hell is this? And in the message, write the personalized message. I am the solution provider you were looking for in regards to you looking at home ownership or selling your home or buying a home or investing in a home or whatever. Based on the research that I have found, it appears you're looking for houses between the price range of 1.2 and 1.4 million in the Corona Del Mar area. That is approximately 5-bedroom, 4 baths.
Dude.
Let's get on the phone real quick and finish the rest of your search criteria to make sure that I am not wasting your time and blowing up your emails with useless information, and let's make it customized to you. Boom, send an invite.
That is a really good idea. I'm going to play this back to my whole team because you had some really, really great things to say here, man. Anything you want to add to wrap it up, buddy?
You know, I can't drive in more than anybody else that today it's about being genuine, personal, authentic. Just be yourself. Don't, scripts are great. Read your scripts, know your scripts, but dude, you can't follow scripts your entire life. Live your life as you. Like my famous quote says, "I'll be me, you be you." If I teach you a script, Tristan, you can't say it like me because you're not me. So personalize it. Be authentic. Be genuine. Be yourself. People are gonna like it that way. Get out of just your systems are there to help you. That's what they're there for. Technology is there to enhance your service with your clients. It's not there to drive it. You are there to drive it.
All right, dude, totally makes sense. I love that quote, by the way. It's like one of my favorite quotes that you have.
Thank you. Appreciate
it. That's a really, and Bubba, you're going to be at Lab Code Agents Live next week.
Yep, I'm actually flying in on, I think, the 25th or the morning of the 26th. So I'll be there the whole time.
Beautiful, dude. And I just put up your website here, corcorancoaching.com, right?
Yep.
That's you. And
tomorrow, by the way, I'm doing a free webinar on branding. So if you go to our Facebook channels,
okay,
I'm going to teach you how to do how to brand and create your brand that will get consumers to draw to you.
What's the Facebook channel that we go to?
You can go to Corcoran Coaching, or you can go to Real Bubba Mills.
Real Bubba Mills?
Yep.
Bubba Mills Facebook.
Believe it or not, there was a guy named Bubba Mills before me, so I had to make something up. Bubba Mills 2 didn't.
Real Bubba Mills, okay. Let me write that down. Branding webinar.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
Open to the public.
You always have something new for me to learn, dude, and I really appreciate that.
My pleasure.
That was really good. So thank you. We had a few great comments from the audience. People were loving it. Elkin Marcillo says, I love the quote, go for the relationship, not for the sale, right? Obviously, that was good. Lori says, I can't believe how many people I see posting on LinkedIn how phone sales are dead. Emailing and texting is the way to go. It blows my mind, she says. I'm working on some big deals. No way would I get anywhere with just a text or an email.
Yep.
Right?
Amen.
So that was good. And a lot of other great comments here, man, if you want to go through them. So everybody loves you. So we love you, dude.
Appreciate it. I love you guys.
See you, Bubba. Thanks, man. Stay nice and cool, buddy, because I know it's like humidity's like, I don't even know out there in St. Louis.
It's 105 to 109 with the heat index. Hey, do me a favor. Go sell like Ghost Town up north of you, man. That thing is amazing.
I saw that.
Go sell that bad boy.
Thanks, man.
All right, man.
Have a good day, buddy.